Welcome back. I hope you're doing amazing. I'm going to be talking about how you can extend the shelf life of your body butter products. So if you're someone that makes whipped body butter products and you're looking for ways to extend the shelf life or understand how you can extend the shelf life, I'm going to share that in this video. So let's go on and get started. If this is your first time stopping by, my name is Esther. I make DIY hair and skincare videos, and I also sell my handmade products on my website, as well as teaching online formulating classes. If you're interested in checking any of these things out, they are all linked in the description box. So in this video, I'm talking about the traditional body butter, which is an anhydrous product. So an anhydrous product does not contain any water. It only contains oils and fats like your plant butter. So what does the shelf life mean? This is how long a product can be used and is expected to stay safe for use. So this is going to vary depending on the type of product you're making. If you're making an oil-based product, maybe like a face oil, body butter, or a water-based product, maybe like a face wash, lotion, cream, and such. So this is just the traditional anhydrous body butter that contains only oils and fats, does not contain any water. So why does this even matter? So if you're selling products, you're selling your body butter products, you want to put a shelf life that's going to give an idea of how long that product is going to last. So that's why it's important. You don't want to put maybe a shelf life date of 12 months and then your body butter product doesn't even last 3 months. So keep in mind that the oils can oxidize, they can become rancid over time. This basically can cause discoloration in the product. It can cause or result in an unpleasant smell in the product. So that's what happens when oxidation occurs. First, you want to use an oil soluble antioxidant. This is going to help prevent oxidation and rancidity in products that contain oils and butters. Please note that it is not a preservative. It is heat sensitive, so you always want to add it during the cool down phase. So after you've melted your butters, everything has melted down and cooled down, that's when you want to add the antioxidant, so that way it does not get destabilized. So the thing with adding the oil soluble antioxidants in your body butter products, it is a must. You don't want to skip this, and I'm going to go over the different antioxidants you can include in your body butter products. The first one is tocopherol vitamin E acetate. So this one does not have any protective benefits in your body butter formulas. So it's not going to help with the oxidation or rancidity. This one just only has the antioxidant benefits for your skin. I'm emphasizing this here because I've gotten several messages about why my vitamin E oil that I use in the videos is different from the ones that certain people have. So I just want to clarify that. So this vitamin E acetate is just for skin benefits. It does not do anything as far as protecting your body butter from oxidation or rancidity. So just pay attention to the inky name when you're purchasing, so you know the right one to buy. Next are the vitamin E mixed tocopherols. These are the ones that guard against oxidation and rancidity, so it's going to help extend your product's shelf life naturally. So there are two different ones. The one I use all the time is the vitamin E mixed tocopherol T50. So just vitamin E T50. The inky name is tocopherol. The other one is vitamin E mixed tocopherols 95%. This one is more expensive than the T50. So either one will protect your body butter formula against oxidation, rancidity. The vitamin E acetate does not. So it's just a matter of which of these two you want to use in your formula. If you want to use the cheaper one, which is the vitamin E T50, or the 95% one, either one is fine. Use the one that you have available. They both have different usage rates and percentages, and I'll show you that further along in the video, just to show you the difference between the two and the usage rates. Next is Rosemary O Resin, which is the rosemary oil extract. So this is another antioxidant that you can use in your body butter formulas to help reduce rancidity as well. This does have a herbal scent to it, so you might not want to include that in your body butter because the scent might carry through. So I'm just going to show you on Lotion Crafter's website. So if you go over there, it's an online supplier. I just went over to their collections. I went over their antioxidant section. It shows all the different antioxidants that they offer, but I just typed in vitamin E to narrow it down. So you see the different ones that I talked about earlier. So vitamin E acetate, same thing that I said, it just provides the skin benefits, and that's the inky name, the tocopherol acetate. So this one once again does not provide any protection against oxidation, rancidity. It's just for the skin benefits. Usage rate is 0.5 to 5% in your formula. For the next vitamin E mixed tocopherols, the T50. So this one is the one that guards against oxidation, rancidity. So it's going to show that on the website right there. And then the inky name is tocopherol. So that's how you know if you're buying the correct one. And then the formulation recommended usage rate is 0.5 to 1.5%. And the next one is the vitamin E, the 95%. Same thing, it gives that information about protecting against rancidity. Inky name is tocopherol. And then the recommended usage rate is 0.25 to 0.75%. So that's how you know the different ones, so that way you can pick the right one for your body butter formula. And for the Rosemary O Resin, this one once again still has the same information about protecting against rancidity. It gives the inky name, so that way you know you're buying the correct one. And then it gives the usage rate as 0.02 to 0.1%. So it has a really low usage rate, and I would actually use this one in maybe hair butter products. I want to briefly talk about this vitamin E oil. I previously used this when I started making body butter products. So this one I purchased from Amazon years ago. So I just want to show you what's in this vitamin E oil. So if you look at the ingredient label on the bottle, you will see that it has the tocopherol acetate. So this one is for the skin benefits. So you're going to see tocopherol acetate vitamin E. So the only problem with this is that they added other ingredients like soybean oil, corn oil, sesame oil, lemon oil. Lemon oil, if your skin gets exposed to the sun, can cause issues for your skin. So just pay attention to your ingredient label when you're purchasing any type of vitamin E oil off of Amazon or any supplier website. Make sure it has tocopherol as the inky name. when you're purchasing. It should not have any extra ingredients. It shouldn't have any extra oils added to it. Adding the vitamin E to your body butter. So you want to do this when your body butter mixture has cooled down. You do not want to add this when you are melting down your plant butter or your oils are hot. So just add it when your mixture has cooled down. I have seen a few videos online where certain videos, the vitamin E oil is added to the plant butter and is heated up. Do not heat up your vitamin E. It is going to destabilize the oil. It's not going to have the benefits. You can add an oil soluble preservative to help extend the shelf life of your body butter products. This is optional. It's not something I personally do, but I have seen some body butter formulations that include a preservative. So I'm going to head over to Lotion Crafter, and I'm going to show you a preservative that I've used in my oil-based formulas. This is going to be Euxil PE9010. This is a preservative that works in both water and oil-based formulations. Whenever you're selecting an oil soluble preservative, make sure it says that it can be used in anhydrous products. Any preservative you're selecting for your body butter, make sure it says that it can be used in anhydrous products. And you have the inky name here, phenoxyethanol and ethyl glycerin. And you pay attention to the formulation guide. It gives you the amount to use. The range is 0.5 to 1%. As I mentioned, it is not something I personally do, but I wanted to just show you that you can include an oil soluble preservative to help extend the shelf life of your products. And if you are interested in learning more about preservatives, I have my ebook that's going to be linked in the description box. I'm also going to link all my previous preservative videos as well. Next, you want to use oils and fats with a long shelf life. So whenever I'm formulating my body butter, I always think about oils and fats that just have a natural long shelf life. Some oils have a very short shelf life. For example, maybe grapeseed oil, hemp seed oil. But I head over to Google and I just type in shelf life of oils, shelf life of butters, and there are so many helpful blogs that come up that can guide you along the way. So you would typically want to choose these oils that have a natural long shelf life, because your finished product will last longer if you're using oils that last longer. Hopefully I'm making sense. But you can just head over to Google, type that in, plant butters with a long shelf life, and I'll link the blogs or articles that I referenced in this video. But butters like cocoa butter, mango butter, kokum butter, they have a much longer shelf life than shea butter. So you want to keep that in mind, especially if you plan on selling your products. Choose these oils and butters that naturally have a longer shelf life, so that way your finished product will also have a longer shelf life, as well as even if you're adding in antioxidants.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling in the rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind.
And that is pretty much it. I hope you found this video helpful, useful in your formulating journey. And if you plan on making whipped body butter products, let me know if you have any questions about any of the information I shared in this video. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. I'm truly grateful for each of you. Please don't forget to like this video. Leave me a heart emoji in the comments if you found this helpful. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry.